Good evening, boys and girls. Here we are for another evening of auctions. Tuesday, the 1st of February, 2022. Now, do you say it February or February? Because I'm really kind of confused about the way it's spelled. But anyhow, we're getting started. Brand new month. There's Patrius, Chris Hurley, Kenny Cross, Sissy, Wanda. Hello, Wanda. We got Mr. Adams. We've got Penny Hoarder, James Worley, Coin Hunter, Stephen A. Farm Dog. Let's see, Carl. We have Techstar. Man, we have a bunch of people. Here's Doug Reese, Yo Man. Got a bunch of people in here tonight. Malcolm Mack. All right. Well, I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are ready to go. I think I'm ready to go. I hope I'm ready to go. So I'm going to get us started. Let me start with this screen. Let me start with this screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plop the coin down there because I don't have... Let's see. There we go. Here's my first item. Coloration on this is just a little bit off, but this is a 1947. 1947S BU Dime. Okay, no problem. 1947S BU Dime. We're going to start this off at $5. $5, everybody. And that is the first item for tonight. Anybody going to start me off at $5? $5 for 1947S BU Dime. Anybody looking to build their set? Here's Wanda at $5. Wanda, $5. Thank you very much. Arthur tries a $5 bid, needs a $5.50 bid. Looking for a $5.50 now. $5.50, looking for a bid of $5.50. There's Wanda with a bid of $6. $6 bid now, looking for $6.50. $6.50, anybody bid of $6.50? Yes, I can flip it. There we go. The dime does not have the odd color that the dyno is putting out. I'm not really sure why the dyno is doing that with coins. The background behind it should be blue, if that tells you anything. Let me see if I can change this a little bit while we're going. Let's see here. No, that's not what I want. I want... what do I want? I want... this. Hang on. Take that off. Get this focused in a little bit better. I guess it's about as good as it gets. Let's see here. Hang on just a second. There we go. Now I can configure this. Let me see if I can actually change the white balance of this a little bit. Get it looking a little more realistic. Try to make this look a little more like it does in real life. It's really strange how this is really just not turning out. It's really strange. That's as good as I can get this to do. It's kind of weird. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe the hue needs to be changed. There we go. That's a little closer. That's a little closer. A little closer anyway. Huh. Does that look different? I think it should. That's a little closer to what the dime actually looks like. 1947S. Really pretty looking coin. Wanda has it now at $7. $7 is a current high bid. Looking for a bid of $7.50. Anybody bid of $7.50? Is it green? Darn it. Can somebody help me with colors here? I don't see colors well. I don't think this coin should be green. Let's see. It's quite green. Okay, then I must have done something wrong. Is that taking it out of green? But for some reason my white balance just doesn't change enough. How about that? Is that not green now? Maybe we have a not green coin now. Is it more green? Oh my gosh. Well, let's do this. That is the default color. That's how it was set to begin with. And I know that's not right. I can see that's not right. Now, what kind of color is that? Is it looks better? Right there? Does that look better? Stop. Okay. It's good now. Okay. All right. Okay. So it's not green. Okay. Got it. Understood. Understood. Got it. Okay. So there it is. 1947S. Wow. That took pulling teeth, right? 1947S Roosevelt Dime. And we are with Wanda at $7. $7 going once, looking for a bid of $7.50. $7.50. Anybody bid of $7.50? Got a bid of $7, looking for a bid of $7.50. How about a bid of $7.50? Anybody bid of $7.50? No bid of $7.50. Going twice now. $7, looking for a bid of $7.50. How about a bid of $7.50? Hello, Jim Fletcher. How you doing this evening, sir? $7.50, looking for a bid of $7.50. All in, all done. And we're going to be sold now. Sold now to Wanda. Bumpity bum 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 bum. Let me get it in here. $7 to Wanda. I appreciate it, Miss Wanda Williams. Let's see. What do we have next? Up next here. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here right now. Here we go. Our next coin, 1948S. This is a little brighter and shinier than the 47S was. A little brighter, shinier coin. That's a 1948S Gem BU. Beautiful looking coin. Got this one starting at $5. It's going to start me off at a $5 bill. A $5 bill from Wanda. Wanda at $5. Now looking for a bid of $5.50. How about a bid of $5.50? Anybody bid of $5.50? Looking for a bid of $5.50. Beautiful 1948S dime. Got Farm Dog at 6 now. Got Farm Dog at 6. Now looking for a bid of $6.50. $6.50. Anybody bid of $6.50? Okay, got Wanda at $6.50. Malcolm tried $6.50. Wanda's bid at $6.50. Now need a bid of $7. Looking for a bid of $7 now. Need a bid of $7. How about a bid of $7? Wanda has it at $6.50. Looking for a bid of $7 now. Need a bid of $7. It's a beautiful gem BU coin here. Slightly late die state, but it's a beautiful gem. Very nice high grade gem. I haven't looked at it to see if there's anything going on with the mint mark. I guess we could do that now. Be able to tell you if there's anything going on with the mint mark on this one because, well, I frankly haven't looked at it. And a little bit of machine doubling there on the mint mark. Hang on a second, let me pick this up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, 7.5 out of Wanda now. 7.5 out of Wanda now, looking for an $8 bid. There's nothing going on with the mint mark. It is not a doubled die reverse. It's just a nice 1948S dime. That is machine doubling on the outside edge of the mint mark there. So here we go. Back to the full picture. The full view. There we go. 1948S, beautiful gem BU dime. Wanda got a bit of $7.50 in there now, going once at $7.50, looking for a bit of $8. How about a bit of $8? Anybody have a bit of $8 now? Bit of $8, looking for a bit of $8. Malcolm says he's out. Wanda has it at $7.50, $7.50 going once, looking for a bit of $8. We've got a $7.50 twice now, looking for a bit of $8. Anybody bit of $8? No bid of $8. We're sold to Wanda Williams at $7.50. Thank you very much. I promised Penny Hoarder, last dime for the evening. Last dime for the evening. How about this? 1954 proof dime. 1954 proof. 1954 proof dime. It's 1954 Philadelphia, of course. A Philadelphia proof dime. Let's start this off at $9. Who wants to start me $9 on this 1954 proof silver Roosevelt Dime, 90% silver coin, silver coin, coin silver, coin silver coin. But it is a 1954 proof strike. Farm Dog starts me at 10. Wanda comes back at a 10. I need a bid of 11 now. Bid of 11, 10 and a half, $11. Anybody bid a 10 and a half, $11? Farm Dog started me at $10. $10 bid out of Farm Dog, looking for $11 bid. Anybody bid $11? Looking bid $11 now. Anybody bid $11? No bid $11. No 10 and a half. No $11. Got Wanda at $11. Wanda at $11 now. Looking for a bid of 12. 12. Anybody bid of 12? Looking for a bid of 12 now. Anybody bid of 12? Midnight talking about buying a certified St. Gaudens. I actually had the pleasure of being able to visit the home of Augustus St. Gaudens up in New Hampshire a few years back. There's Farm Dog with a $12 bid now. $12 now looking for a bid of 13. $12 looking for a bid of 13. Anybody bid of 13? I'll be able to show you this neat thing here in a few minutes. I saved a sticker that they give you to put on your clothing while you're at the facility, so it can show that you have paid to take the self-guided tour around the facility. It's actually one of the smallest national parks in the United States. It's about a 10 acre maybe, place that Augustus St. Gaudens actually lived in during his later years. I got Wanda back at 13. Farm Dog is out. Wanda at $13. Going once, looking for a bit of 14. Now anybody bid of 14? The style of home. I'm going to call it I don't know. It was a 2-story house, a very nice place. He had a studio outside of it. Wanda at 13 going twice now, looking for a bit of 14. Anybody bid of 14? Need a bit of 14? Now anybody bid of 14? And will be sold to Wanda. Sold to Wanda Williams at $13. I appreciate it, Wanda. Thank you very much. Here it is. This is the sticker they give you to put on yourself. This is supposed to be yellow. I don't know what color it turned out on here, but it's supposed to be a yellow sticker. And that's the sticker of Augustus St. Gaudens that they give you at his home to put on your clothing while you're taking the self-guided tour. I just thought that was so cool, I kept it. Unfortunately, I don't know that much about the different styles of homes to be able to tell you much. It was old. Okay, here's a lesson for the day. We're going to stop for a moment. I'm going to give you guys a lesson. This is a... Here we go. 1909S. VDB. Yes? It's cleaned, but it is a 1909S Lincoln cent. It is a genuine coin. It is a genuine 1909S. But this VDB was added to the coin. You can see here, if I show you up close, you can see that the VDB is kind of interesting in that it looks almost right. But if you look over here, you can see this bead of material as it appears that was added. You can see all this added material and tooling and stuff down here around the VDB area. Looks like somebody had some copper solder or something. Oh, it's kind of tilted, but not quite enough, no. But I can tell you what really marks this coin as being a not VDB 1909S Lincoln. Well, first, you have the style, the second style of 1909, not the first style. The first style would have the rounded corners on the inside of the N, and this has the very sharp inside on the N of United. So that would be your first problem in identifying this as a not actual VDB. Oh, and the VDB was off-center toward the left on the genuine coin, so it is placed right. But what they did not notice or did not do correctly is they placed this VDB on a 1909 SRPM number 2. This is an actual 1909 S over horizontal S. You can see the horizontal S, especially if I turn it this way. You see that other S under there. And that is how I immediately determined that this post-cleaned 1909 SVDB wasn't actually a 1909 SVDB at all. I alerted the dealer to the problem, and he immediately pulled the coin. And I told him, for educational purposes, I would love to purchase the coin anyway and be able to show it off. And he said, well, what can you give me for it? So I gave him a price that was nowhere near his $1,600 net. But that it was a lesson for him. It was a lesson for me, and a lesson that I'm able to show all of you now, is that you really need to look closely at your 09S VDB to be sure it's an 09S VDB, because, well, this particular mint mark, which has the horizontal S there, is definitely not a 1909S VDB. But this is a real 1909S. What a crying shame, because look at what condition this is. This is a beautiful coin until they polished it, cleaned it, and messed it up and put all kinds of real weird marks and stuff on it to turn it into a VDB. But yeah, Stephen wants to bid $11 on it. Yeah, you go right ahead, buddy. We're not going anywhere with that. All right. Oh, Stephen and Jim are both bidding on the current lot. The current lot is this right here. What was it? Yeah, this. That's the current lot. That's our next lot up for auction. And let me bring it under the dyno to kind of show it to you a little bit. Maybe the dyno will give me a better judgment on color this time around than it did last time. It is a little bit better. This is the actual coin right here. And you can see that D. If you look very closely between the 9 and the 6 of the date, you'll see the D. And there we go. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful coin. Jim Fletcher currently has a bid of $12 on this. Beautifully toned. 1960 DRPM number 19. 1960 DRPM number 19 is relatively well known. It's relatively easy to identify. One of the major identifying factors of this particular repunch mint mark is the little gouge that you see on the bottom of the 9 to the left of the top of the D there. That is a die gouge, and that is on all examples of this repunch mint mark. But this one is a nice, it's a mid-die state coin. It's a very beautiful coin with real fancy looking toning on it. The toning is just beautiful on this coin. I don't know why I didn't get a good picture of the toning, but that's kind of what it looks like. It does have all of those colors, all those beautiful colors in it. There's even some reds in here. Really nice looking reds. See what I can do about getting that toned down just a little bit to show more of the accurate color. It's a little closer to the accurate color. Penny Hoarder at 13 now, Stonecutter at 14. Hello, Will Live. And I kind of missed Jim Fletcher back there a little bit. So I'm going to say hi to Jim Fletcher. We got Penny Hoarder now at $15. $15 bid from Penny Hoarder, looking for $16. Anybody bid at $16? Looking for 16. This, once again, is a close-up photo of this coin. Got Penny Hoarder at 15, looking for a $16 bid. 16, anybody bid at 16? Hello, Ted Evans. Say greetings and salutations. Otis. Good evening, Otis. Stonecutter now at 16. Now at 16, looking for a $17 bid. Anybody bid a 17? Penny hoarder at 18. Penny hoarder at 18 now, looking for 19. 19. Anybody bid a 19? Looking for a bid of 19 now, but a bid of 19. 19. Anybody bid a 19? Looking for a bid of 19. No bid of 19. Got 18 going once. Penny hoarder going once at $18. Looking for a bid of 19. How about a bid of 19? Anybody come back with a bid of 19? $19. 19 now. I'm looking for 19. Got 18 going twice now. The penny hoarder looking for a bid of 19. Bid of 19 now. Anybody bid of 19? Hello, Kelly Ray. Last and final call looking for a bid of 19. Gonna let penny hoarder walk away with it. Stonecutter is out. And we are sold to penny hoarder. Penny hoarder at $18. Thank you very much, sir. That was an awesome buy. Awesome coin right there, I tell you what. Let's move on to the next one. Next one up is... This is interesting. Found this today. And I thought, well, this will be great in the auction. Let me get it under the scope here. This is a 1953 D Lincoln cent. By all accounts, it looks normal. But it's on rolled thin stock. This is what a rolled thin stock coin looks like, because this coin doesn't have a taper on any portion of it. The entire design is there for what it is, but the planchet is a little bit too thin. And I can tell you it's a little too thin because it's only 2.73 grams. This thing's a little more than a quarter gram off of what a penny should weigh, at 2.73 grams. Or at least that's what it weighed when I tried it earlier. Let's do this. How about you turn on? There we go. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. We're going to get it all in camera right here. I'll put this little baby on here and see what it says. 2.73. It's 2.731 grams, or 2.730 grams. That is about 0.38, about 3738 off. So we are way off the normal weight for a 1953 Lincoln cent. And here is the coin again. Flip it over for you. Focus in just a little bit. There you go. Nice BU 1953 D Lincoln cent. Has a little bit of a spot down below the chin, but it's otherwise a very nicely done BU coin. Here, let me get it off this scale. Makes it easier if I'm not playing with this scale. Alright. There you go. Nice, beautiful BU coin. Ted Evans has it currently at $12. $12 bid now, looking for 12.5. 12.5. Anybody bid at 12.5? 12.5 now, looking for a bid at 12.5. Anybody bid at 12.5? 12.50. 12.50. Looking for 12.50 bid. Sent a 35 to NX. It's 2.02 grams. Holy moly, that's more like a split. 12.5 out of Stonecutter now. Stonecutter 12.5, looking for a bit of 13. 13. Anybody bid of 13? Looking for a bit of 13 now. Anybody bid of 13? You will see this 1909 SVDB again. I will be doing a video teaching people what to look for this particular coin anyway. And Ted Evans at $15. 15. Got a $15 bid now, looking for 16. Anybody bid a 16? Looking for a bid of 16. Anybody bid a 16? $16. 1953D, very underweight, 2.73 grams. Well, thank you, Native American Ways. Actually, the issue that I had over the last couple of weeks was not health related. It wasn't health related to me directly. It was kind of a mental acuity issue that I was having over a particular instance. A person I knew rather well tried to commit suicide, and so it bothered me quite a bit, and so I had to take some time off, and that's what happened. And the night that I was to return back, my wife decided to try dragging some stuff down from upstairs, and tripped going down the stairs and broke her pinky, and broke it very bad. Broke the bone clean in two. And so she has surgery tomorrow. And I was going to let you guys know that she has surgery tomorrow. And I will be with her during surgery, and I have no idea exactly how long this trip is going to take, but we're looking for at least 5 to 6 hours out of pocket. So it will probably be afternoon tomorrow before I get the invoices sent out. I may get them sent out tonight, but I'm looking at possibly tomorrow afternoon and then shipping on Thursday. So we've got just a couple of little issues going on around here, but we are doing well otherwise. High spirits. My wife, Tammy, is she's dreading the surgery tomorrow because they're going to put pins in her pinky to get her pinky to straighten out so it will heal. Right now it's wrapped up in a splint. So, Wanda, you playing around with smoker doors? But I think everything will be fine. We'll all be good. Everything's good. Ted Evans at $15. Ted Evans at $15. Thank you, Terry D. Mac, Native American Ways, Yo Man, everybody. I appreciate that very much. And Ted Evans at 15. At 15, need a bit of 1550. 1550, a bit of 1550 on this 2.73 gram. 2.73 gram. There's Native American Ways at 16. 16 now. Got a $16 bid now. Looking for 17. Anybody bid a 17? Looking for 17. Very underweight BU 1953 D penny. Now here's how I found stuff like this. There's Ted at 17 now. Thank you, Farm Dog. The way that I find stuff like this is I was going through a 1953D roll to build some of my 1953 sets. And I was counting the coins for the sets, and all of a sudden one of them hit the table and it just hit wrong. It just didn't sound right. Oh, heck, that didn't sound right at all. That sounds almost like a silver dime when it hits the table, and it's thin too. So I weighed it, and that's when I found that it was quite off. Quite off. Oh, Kelly, man, it's rough. It really is. It's amazing that people would actually do that when they have people who really care about them. I've been there before, so I kind of understand. I was in a really bad place in life a number of years back, and luckily I was able to come back from the edge. But I'm definitely back. So there's Ted Evans at 17. Now Native American Way is at 18. Now Ted Evans comes back at 20. I got a $20 bid now from Ted Evans, looking for a $21 bid. How about a 21? Anybody bid a 21? Looking for 21 now. Anybody bid a 21? Native American Ways bids a 21. 21 now. 22. 22. Anybody bid a 22? 22. Looking for bid a 22 now. Anybody bid a 22? 22. 22. Anybody bid a 22? You got so many people who die young lives with cancer, car wrecks, different illnesses, COVID for God's sake. Now you got people out there who don't value their own life enough to stick around. It's a mental issue. We really have to do something about it. And it's just, it's something that I think if we really work together at making sure that everyone knows that they are cared for, everyone knows somebody cares about them, then that could be enough to save, maybe one life. You got 22 veterans a day, 22 veterans per day take their own life. It's horrible. Got Ted at 23 now. Ted at 23, if you're watching. Ted at 23, looking for a bid of 24. 24 to Native American Ways. 24 now. 24 looking for a bid of 25. How about a bid of 25? 25, anybody bid of 25? Ted Evans at 25. 25 now, 26. How about a bid of 26? Anybody bid of 26? Looking for 26 now. No bid of 26. Got 25 looking for a bid of 26. Native American Ways is out. 25 going once, looking for a bid of 26. How about a bid of 26? Anybody bid of 26? 25 twice now, looking for a bid of 26. Last and final call, looking for a bid of 26. Anybody bid of 26? And we're sold. Ted Evans at 25. I appreciate it, Ted. Thank you very much, sir. Something else a little bit different. How about this? This is a 1945 war nickel. It's a nicer AU coin. Notice that there is a scratch on the vest right there. But this particular coin has a really nice looking repunch mint mark. Now, you can't really see the repunch mint mark all that well from this distance, which is probably why it survived as long as it did without going into somebody's collection until, well, I found it. Look at this. Get my coin tilted around here just right. There you go. You can see it right there. I tell you what. That's not good enough for me. Let's do this. No, I gotta do this. There we go. Let's bring it up here so that you can see it better. There you go. See how there's a secondary P right over there on the right hand side? Now that's what we're bidding on. It's an AU coin. Going to start it off at $6. $6. Anybody start me at $6. 1945 P Jefferson nickel with a repunch mint mark. I'll let you identify the repunch mint mark because I don't know which one it is. But it is one. So we got a $6 start. $6 start now, looking for a $7 bid. That bottom left I don't think is. I just don't really see much of anything over there. It could be, but what I was kind of looking at was more possibilities involved in, okay, you've got this over here. That's definitely repunch mint mark right there. That's not machine doubling. But then it looks like it's low enough down that it actually comes up and curves inside here, and then it looks like you have a secondary, like a secondary little serif right there. See if I can zoom in a little bit further so we can see it nicer. Get my lighting in here just right. My scope is going, oh, wait a minute, your penny isn't copper. This penny is not copper. What are we looking at? This penny's not copper. Sorry, microscope. You're going to get to look at a nickel right now. You like it or not. There, now you can see that what I think is a secondary upper right there with a small bit of what appears to be another upper serif. A different type of repunch mint marks. There are, well, with the 1945 Philadelphia issue, which is what this is, 1945 Philadelphia, there are over 90 different known repunch mint marks. They used over 90 different dies that had mint marks that were repunched on them. They punched these P's into these dies before they minted the coins. When they punched them into the die, very often you'd end up with a little bit of this repunching. It only goes partway around the curve. It's not fully engulfed around the curve. You brighten this up a little bit so you can see it more nicely. Get focused in, real nice and sharp. Little trick I learned. You can actually use your zoom to get perfect focus. Right there. Okay, so we've got a $9 bid. $9 bid now from Stonecutter looking for a $10 bid. How about a $10 bid? Anybody bid a $10? $10 looking for a bid of $10 now. Anybody bid a $10? What different type of mint marks are on what type of mint marks? Now, the mint marks are all punched by hand back in this time frame, back in this time period. And so they were all punched in by hand on all the different dies of all the different coin denominations. So there's repunch mint marks on dimes, there's repunch mint marks on quarters, there's repunch mint marks on everything pretty much. This one just happens to be a nickel. This also just happens to be during that first period of time from 1942 to 1945 that we very first saw Philadelphia mint marks. They didn't put a Philadelphia mint mark on a coin again until 1980. Wanda wants to check hers too. Well, the guy who's telling you it's just machine doubling might be correct, because there is machine doubling on a lot of things. You just have to learn how to tell the difference between machine doubling and what a true hub double die or a repunch mint mark actually is, and that's what takes some experience and time. That's correct. After 1989, mint marks were not punched into the dies by hand. They were actually a part of the master design. And so we are up to $9 at Stonecutter looking for a $10 bid. How about a $10 bid? Travis, I don't have any videos on that particularly right now, although I am thinking about a number of different subjects on doing some videos, and I just haven't really had a lot of time to do it. A lot of that involves finding time. I just haven't been able to find a lot of time yet. But there we go. There is the mint mark area under my microscope. Let me zoom it out a little bit more so that we can see a little bit more of the coin. When I zoom out, I get a wider field of view. When I get the wider field of view, that means it sucks in more light. When it sucks in more light, that means I need to turn my exposure down to get it to look normal. That's what happens. When you zoom out, it's going to get a lot brighter, and then when you zoom in, it's going to get a lot dimmer. Yeah, time is very scarce. All right, $9 Stonecutter looking for a $10 bid. Anybody bid a $10? $9 going once now, looking for a bid of $10. Anybody bid a $10? Looking for a bid of $10 now. Anybody bid a $10? I appreciate that, Travis. Thank you very much. I got $9 going twice now, looking for a bid of 10. Anybody bid a 10? Look a bid of 10 now. Anybody bid a 10? 1945, Philadelphia, nice high-end AU, Philadelphia Mint RPM. Some of the first RPMs in U.S. coins. For the Philadelphia Mint, anyway. They started that in 1942, went through 45, and then they quit doing Philadelphia Mint marks all the way up until 1980. All right, we're going to sell it now to Stonecutter. Sold to Stonecutter at $9. See if I can shut this off. And does this still work? Are we still on? Yes, we're still on. Okay. No, that wasn't a die chip at the top of Monticello. That was actually part of the dome. Yeah, it's part of the design. Okay, I've got more different things going on here now. Let's see what I can put on the screen for you. Our next coin up for bids in 1960. D, RPM number 3. Beautiful Gem BU 1960 D RPM number 3 for you. And I'm going to start this one off at $5. If anybody wants to start me at $5 on this one, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my focus. I see once I show it to you in that microscope, or in that very close-up view, you can actually see it under the scope here. But here it is, 1960D. Repunch mint mark, going to start this off at $5. 1960D RPM number 3. 1mm003. There's penny hoarder, $5 bid, $5 now, looking for a bid of 5.5. 550. Anybody bid of 550? Looking for a bid of 559. Anybody bid of 550? Looking for 550 now. 550. Anybody bid of 550? This is the exact coin you're going to receive right here. This photograph is of this coin. I can prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Oftentimes, this is something else. This is another educational moment for you. Oftentimes when you look at photographs of coins, and you're looking at a photograph of a coin, and somebody says, you're actually going to get the coin you're looking at right here. What you need to do is you need to look for anything that represents a pickle mark or anything that would be only on that one coin and not on the others minted of that die. And we are going to look at that very thing right now. You notice that little scratch to the bottom left of the D mint mark. You got that little horizontal looking scratch right next to the bottom of the D mint mark. When we go over to this, you can actually see that mark on the coin to the southwest of the D mint mark. There's actually a little scratch right there. It looks like a struck through a piece of fiber or something is actually what it is. It's not a scratch. But that exact coin right there is represented right here, and you can tell because you can see that same little line just to the left of the bottom of the mint mark. Now, conversely, this line up above the 9, you can see it right, right there, right above the 9. That is actually a die scratch. That's actually a scratch in the die. It's raised. But this little guy here is sunken in. It's a little harder to find it, a little harder to get it on camera. There we go. That little guy right there, just to the left of the mint mark. That's actually on this coin. So a photograph of this coin would show you that same thing. And that's what we're looking at here. You can see it just to the left of the D mint mark. So not only am I honest in telling you that this is the same coin that you will receive, now you can prove it to yourself by looking at the little mark on the coin. And so we've got penny hoarder at a $7 bid now. $7 looking for a bid of $7.50. $7.50. How about a bid of $7.50? I get a bid of $7.59. I bet a bid of $7.50. Got no new reveals this week. I've got a lot of beautiful rolls coming up for reveals. I've got 1941. I have a 1937D. I have a whole lot of beautiful rolls coming up, but I want to get done with what I've got going on before I move on. I don't want to get myself too far behind again. I want to make sure that we keep everything on the up and up. We got Carl at $7.50 now. Carl $7.50 looking for a bid of 8. How about a bid of 8? Anybody bid of 8? Look a bid of 8. Anybody bid of 8? Got a bid of $7.50 looking for a bid of 8. Any bid of 8 now? You're looking for a bid of 8. 1960D, 1mm003, RPM number 3, nice BU coin, full red, mid-die state. $7.50 going once now, looking for a bid of 8. How about a bid of 8? Anybody bid of 8? Look a bid of 8 now, anybody bid of 8? $7.50 going twice now, looking for a bid of 8. Yeah, last and final call to bid 8. And we're sold to Carl at $7.50. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. On to the next item. The next item is this. This is a very scarce 1960D RPM number 8. Number 8 is actually a rather scarce RPM. It's kind of sits in between. Well, it sits in between number 7 and number 9 now, doesn't it? Number 7 is not scarce. Number 7 is actually rather common. Number 9 is one of the rarest of all the RPMs for 1960D. Second only to the 1960D number 4. This is what this RPM number 8 looks like. Beautiful little coin. Let's see if we can see that. There's a dark spot between the 9 and the 6. Let's see if on the slideshow it shows up. Yep, there it is, right up there underneath my logo. Put that logo out of the way. Now right there you can see it. And then if you look up on the inside of the 6, there should be something sitting on the coin there. Yep, there is. Right up there. You can see it. It is because of 789. That is correct. Well, there's Bulldog. Bulldog USMC comes in, gives me a $9 bid. $9 bid to get me started. Hello, Bulldog. Haven't seen you in a while, sir. The 9 is undervalued. The 9 should be more like $50 to $60 because, and I'm going to change that value sometime soon. But these 8s should actually have a little higher value than the typical RPM because, well, these are not easily found. This is a D over D over D. It's a tripled mint mark. It's a D over D tilted with a D over D east on the inside. So it's D over D over D, with east and I'm gonna say no. It is tilted. East and tilted. Mark Thomas with a $10 bid now. $10 looking for $11 bid. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? I'm glad to see you, Bulldog. You haven't been around in quite a while, or haven't spoken in quite a while. I'm glad you're here with us. Hope nothing has happened to you or the beautiful Vicky Cardwell. Moving on to $10 bid. $10 looking for $11 bid. $11 bid. Anybody bid $11? Need $11 bid. Looking for $11 bid. At $10 going once. Looking for 11. Anybody bid 11? Looking for 11 now. Anybody bid 11? That's a great deal at $10. I tell you what. It's actually a fantastic deal at $10. $10 now going twice. Looking for a bid of $11. Anybody bid $11? No bid $11. Anybody bid $11? Last and final call. Looking for a bid of $11. We've got Lucy. Lucy. Hello, Lucy. I haven't seen you in a long time. Bid $11. Lucy bids $11. $11 now. Looking for 12. $11 looking for 12. Anybody bid at 12? Looking for a bid of 12 now. Anybody bid at 12? I think everybody's finally being run indoors. Got a bunch of people coming around who I haven't seen since it was warm outside. Here's Stonecutter at 12. Stonecutter $12. $12 now looking for a bid of 13. 12 now looking for a bid of 13. 13. Anybody bid of 13? Stonecutter bids 12. Looking for a bid of 13. 13 now. Anybody bid of 13? Looking for $13 bid. 13. Mark Thomas at 13 now. 14. 13 now. 14. Looking for $14 bid. 14. Anybody bid of 14? 14 looking for a bid of 14. Anybody bid of 14? Looking for a bid of 14. Now anybody bid of 14? Couldn't find anyone with sense, so you're back? Well, I'm definitely here. I'm always here. Bulldog, I'm here for you anytime. Stonecutter at 15. 15 now is Stonecutter looking for a $16 bid. 16. Anybody bid of 16? Looking for 16. 16. Anybody bid of 16? Looking for a bid of 16 now. Anybody bid of 16? The dots in the center of the mint mark are, in part, I would have to believe that they're part of the other punches. So you may have a quadruple D or something even more than that in there. But the important thing to know about this particular RPM is that line on the inside of the mint mark along with the serifs make up the RPM, and then those dots confirm that it's RPM number 8. Exactly what they are, I'm not sure. It does. Looks like E.T. E.T. phone home. So we've got Stonecutter at $15, looking for a bid of 16. Going once at 15, looking for a bid of 16. How about a bid of 16? Anybody bid of 16? No bid of 16? Going twice now, looking for a bid of 16. Anybody bid of 16? Need a bid of 16? How about a bid of 16 now? Anybody bid of 16? Got Carl at $15.50. Carl at $15.50. $15.50 now, looking for a bid of 16. How about a bid of 16? Carl at $15.50. Looking for a bid of 16. Now 16. Anybody bid of 16? $15.50 out there now, looking for a bid of 16. Anybody bid of 16? $15.50. $15.50 going once, looking for a bid of 16 now. Anybody bid of 16? Now I got Stonecutter, $17.50. $17.50 now. $17.50 the bid, looking for a bid of 18. How about a bit of 18? Anybody bit of 18? Look a bit of 18 now. Anybody bit of 18? 18 now, looking for a bit of 18. Anybody bit of 18? Okay, I'll tell you, let's do it this way. We'll do it this way. I have a couple of these. I have enough to sell 3 of them. Can sell 3 of these right now at, say, $15 a piece. Can sell 3 of them at $15 a piece. So I will offer them to Stonecutter, Carl Ignatz, and Mark Thomas first. Stonecutter, Carl Ignatz, and Mark Thomas at $15. What do you think? Stonecutter, Carl, and Mark Thomas each take theirs. So that gives us what we need. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. And I will move on now. Move on to the next item. Next item is going to be this. This is 1960D RPM number 157. It's a new listing, a relatively new listing, and this is that RPM. Our chief marker on this particular RPM is that very heavy die scratch coming straight up north out of the Y of Liberty. Very, very few of these known to exist at this point. And here is one in a beautiful gem BU condition. Go back over to the slideshow to show you the doubling. Show you that you have a perfectly tilted RPM. The reason this is a tilted RPM is because you have 2 different repunchment marks that are overlapping one another. And I can illustrate that in an image. If we go over to my display, I can actually come over here and draw on this one for you. So we're looking at a tilted RPM. Tilted RPM. Let me get this brush put up here. Make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. Okay. So this right here, let me start a new layer. This right here is all part of one mint mark. And that mint mark continues down here. Okay. Now, you have a different mint mark, which I'm going to use a different color. I'll use pink. Use a hot pink for this. And I'll start another new layer. And I'm going to draw on that one up here. Right here is all part of that other mint mark. Okay. So now what you've got is you've got this white one that's on top up here, and you've got this pink one that's on top down here. Well, if this is on top and this is on top, which one is your chief primary mint mark? Right? You can't have 2 primary mint marks when you've got 2 mint marks. So is it this one or is it this one? Well, it isn't. It's neither one. You've got 2 that are intertwined with one another. And because they're intertwined with one another, we call them tilted. Tilted being that they are neither one of them is the primary or the secondary. So there's no direction of spread because there is no direction of spread. They're right on top of one another. They're just visible as 2 different mint marks because, well, when they were punched tilted to one another. Got Carl at $9.50 bid now. $9.50 bid from Carl. Looking for a $10 bid. $10. Anybody bid a $10? Looking for a bid of $10. 1960D RPM number 157. 1mm 157. Here it is under the microscope again. Got Farm Dog is out. Thank you, Farm Dog. Got Deanne with a $10 bid now, looking for $11 bid. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? I tell you what, let's not even go there. Here's what I've got. I appreciate it, Carl. We're going to do it this way. Anyone and everyone. I got you on the edge of your seat, right? Anyone and everyone who tells me a bin with a quantity can get whatever they want. I've got a full roll of these. I found a full roll of them. I think I'm the only person who has them right now. Can get these at $6 a piece. $6 a piece. Just say bin with a quantity and tell me how many you'd like to have. And we'll get them to you at $6 a piece. Carl wants one. Penny Hoarder takes two. Deanne takes one. Farm Dog takes one. Frank takes two. Kelly takes one. I'll get over here and help you with this. Jim Fletcher gets one. Penny Hoarder with two. See Deanne with one. Farm Dog with one. Then you've got Frank P with two of them. And then you've got Kelly Ray wants one. And then Jim Fletcher wants one. Carl takes two, so I'm going to put him in for his second one. Let's see, and after Carl, I'm going to do Adam Connor. Hello, Adam. Adam Connor wants one. Chris Hurley wants one. Good evening, sir. And Stonecutter will take one. And so what I have, I'm going to go ahead and name it out. Carl gets two. Penny Hoarder for two. Deanne for one. Farm Dog for one. Frank gets two. Kelly Ray for one. Jim Fletcher for one. Adam Connor for one, Chris Hurley for one, and Stonecutter for one. So, is that all we're going to do? Or are there any other bidders out there who would like to get one? All right, then. I appreciate it. We will move on. Thank you, folks. Take a look at this little guy. I ended up with a half roll of coins that look like this. 1939S. These are nice choice to GemBU coins. Beautiful, bright luster on these guys. Ended up with a half a roll of these. Now, I was going to start the bidding on this. Start the bidding at $9. But I think what I'll do instead is I'll just bin these at $9. How does that sound? We could just do a bin at $9. Bin, by the way, is buy it now. Oops, not koi. Buy it now. Just like that. Buy it now. So we're going to do a buy it now at $9. $9. Carl takes one. Penny Hoarder takes one. Kelly Ray. Let's see. I've only got about 10 of them I can sell for right now. So let me go ahead and insert some more rows here and get my sheet all plugged up. And how many is this? That's 11. I can do 11. I can sell 11 of these. So I'm going to start at the top. First bin, working my way down. Mr. Adams should actually be first because Mr. Adams actually bid on it before I had a chance to do the bin on it. So Mr. Adams will get the first one. And then Carl P. Adams goes on there. Then Carl. Then Penny Hoarder. Then Kelly Ray. And then Jim, let's see. Jim didn't actually say he was going to take one. So Frank P., Farm Dog, Jim Fletcher, Will Live, Malcolm's Coins, and Mark Thomas. And DRS will get one. And that is all I'm going to fit in here now. Well, you know what? I tell you what. I've only got 2 other people who wanted one. I will look to see if I have enough. If I do, it'll be on your bill. If I don't, it will not be on your bill. That is for Mr. Worley and Sissy. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Stonecutter, you're already in. Yeah, that gets everybody. Everybody who has been here and said that that's what they wanted, they're going to get one. So there's 1939S. These are beautiful coins, I'll tell you what. Now the next one. The next one up, I'm going to work through the idea of being able to show you this in 2 different ways, because it is a fantastic coin. It is, what do you look at that? 1955 Ben Franklin $50 beautiful gem coin. Beautiful gem coin here. And it's a Bugs Bunny. You can see the little teeth. You can see them out the front of his mouth. We're going to look at it this way. We're going to start this at $25, folks. Start at only $25. It's a very, very storied and sought after and very nice Franklin $50. Probably one of the best in the entire set to get your hands on. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put it under the scope, and I'm actually going to show you those teeth. Let's see. Let me get the scope up. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. Let me show you those teeth. How's that, boys and girls? Yeah, let's see. And there it is. Flash, right? There you go. There's those teeth. Deanne has a bid of $50 on it now. $50 bid, looking for $55. $55 bid. Anybody bid of $55? Looking for a bid of $55. Anybody bid of $55? Kelly Ray, $55. $55 now, $60. $60, looking for a $60 bid. As some of you wonder, what is that? Well, I'll tell you what it is. Ben Franklin has those little Bugs Bunny teeth, or vampire teeth. I think they look more like vampire teeth, because there was a die clash on this particular die with the reverse. When you have a die clash, what happens is the dies slam against one another without a planchet between them, and they tend to transfer their design from one side to the other. Now, given that this is a transfer of design from one side to the other, what would be on the other side that would cause that? Well, let me very carefully flip the coin over and show you exactly what is in that area on the other side. Precisely. You have these feathers from the eagle, and the space between those feathers and the feathers themselves are actually creating this vampire effect on the mouth on the other side of the coin. Now, this is actually generally referred to as the Bugs Bunny, but it isn't actually Bugs Bunny. In my look, I don't see it as Bugs Bunny. It looks like a vampire to me. So we're going to call this the Bugs Bunny Vampire. Ben Franklin $50, and Kelly Ray's currently got it at $55. $55 now, looking for a bid of $60. $60, anybody bid of $60? Looking for a bid of $60. $60 now, anybody bid of $60? $60. And so we'll go back over now to the dino. And I'll bring it back under there. Deanne gives me a bid of $60 now. Nice, beautiful BU coin. You can see those little teeth now that we're looking at it. You can see it looks like he's got buck teeth. Deanne at $60. $60 now, looking for a bid of $65. $65, anybody bid of $65? Looking for a bid of $65. Now, anybody bid of $65? Very seldom do I sell Franklin $50. but I happen to have this one, and it's a nice one. There's Kelly Ray, 65. 65 now, looking for a bit of 70. 79, a bit of 70. Looking for a bit of 70, how about a bit of 70 now? A bit of 70. Yeah, see, I got just a little bit of color in this, and it's actually more a blast white coin. I don't think it's really colored. It's just the lighting doing that, I think. Yeah, that's these bulbs doing that. So if I turn these bulbs away, that gives you the actual color of the coin right there. My LED lighting that I'm using as head lighting is actually throwing a little bit of color on these coins. Kelly Ray at 65, now looking for a bit of 70. Anybody bit of 70? 65 going once, looking for a bit of 70 now. Anybody bit of 70, looking for a bit of 70. 65 now going twice, looking for a bit of 70. How about a bit of 70? Anybody bit of 70, looking for a bit of 70 now. Anybody bit of 70? Last and final call, looking for a bit of 70. Anybody bit of 70? We're sold to Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray is 65. I appreciate it, Kelly Ray. Yes, you can open the wrapper on this one. All right, so next we're going to go to the mystery boxes. And I tell you what, I still don't have a replacement camera, so I can't very well show you what's going on with this, but I can give it a shot. And I can see if maybe... I didn't even think about doing this view, so hang on just a minute. Please stand by. Let's see what's going on here. Nice view. Let's see here if I can do. Okay, here we can do this. We can do this. Here's my first mystery box of the evening. My first mystery box of the evening is this, and it has a few 1969S coins in it, but most of the box is 1970. These are all 1970 nice BU coins from 1970. A good measure of this box. That is awesome, Kelly. And I started this one off at $5. Carl has a bit of 6 on it. Ant now with a bit of 7. Got a bit of 7. These are 1970 Lincoln cents here. This one here says it's from a mint set, but it has a big spot on it. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's got a big spot. It says it's from a mint set. Sissy says $30. We've got a 99, a 96. Here's a 96 from a mint set right here. 1996. Move this over here so we can see this a little bit better. Getting a little bit too far off to the side. Which one is this? This is a 1996 here. Here's a 2005 D. I'll go ahead and I'll fill this up with other coins. I do have some other coins that I can fill it up with. Put a stack of something in there. We got a Sissy at 30, looking for a 6 to 31. 31, anybody bid a 31? Got a $30 bid now, looking for 31. 31, anybody bid a 31? Looking for a bid of 31 now, anybody bid a 31? 31? A 55 DDOs in it? Yeah, I can do that. How many fake ones do you want? I can get them for $1 a piece. I will put other things in here. It's like, let's see. So I'll put that in there, and I'll put that in there, and I'll put that in there. There. Here's 3 more coins. These are wheat pennies that are going to go in there. That'll make that box worth $30. Sissy at 30 now, looking for a bit of 31. Anybody bid of 31? Got a bit of 30, looking for a bit of 31. How about a bit of 31? Anybody bid of 31? On your way home from Arizona, huh? Well, you won't get involved in any of that winter weather going across the south like that, so that will be nice. No bid of 31, got $30. Going twice now at $30, looking for a bit of 31. How about a bit of 31? Anybody bid of 31? 31? Okay, Mark says 31. Mark says 31, got a bit of 31 now. 31 now, looking for a bit of 32. 32, anybody bid of 32? 32, anybody bid a 32? Looking for a bid of 32, now 32. Sissy says 35. 35 the bid, now looking for 36. I'll throw this in there. That's a Mercury dime. I'll put this in there too. That's not a Mercury dime. 35, now looking for a bid of 36. 36, anybody bid of 36? Looking for a bid of 36 now? Mark says, it's yours, Sissy. You can have it at $35, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and sell it to Sissy at $35. Sissy at $35 will get this box full of 1969, 1970 Lincoln cents. There's a 99D toward the end. There's an 01, 96, a 96, and an 05D. The other things that she didn't get to see that we're going to include in this box is a 1913S. This 1913S is in roughly VF condition. It's a fine to very fine. It's probably a $20 coin. Another one that we're going to put in there is this 1920S. This is in a very fine to extremely fine condition. It's undergraded on the holder. Another one that we're going to put in there is this very good, well, it's not very good. This is actually a very fine 1924S. That's a $7 coin. Then we're going to put in this 1939. This is basically just a silver dime. But you'll get this silver dime in there. It doesn't. There's nothing special about it. It's just an old silver dime. And then this 1995 dime that just happened to be on my desk. That it says off center reverse. Actually, it says off cater reverse. No, it says center, but it's not. It's just a normal one. But that's another 10 cents you get back. So there you go. Santa Claus is back in town. That's right. Next up, another box. Box lot number 2. Box lot number 2 is, let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, this one is mostly 1930s through 1950s. Let's take a look. We've got Deanne at $20 already. Hasn't even seen any of the contents. We're going to do this pretty quick, okay? Because it's going to be a mystery box, but I'm going to give you an idea of what's there. There's a 1925, a 1910, another 1925, 1936, 1937D, 1937D, 1936, 1936, 1936D, 1919D, 1916D, 1939S, 1939D, 1938 Philadelphia. Let's see, there's a 37, there's a 37, what's this? 1937. Most of these are circulated. I haven't seen any uncirculated. There's a 1934, 1926, 1915, 29, 38, a 37D, 36D, 1914. There's a 1914. Oh, that one's been cleaned. That one's not so pretty. It's been cleaned. Here's a 1918, 37D, 37D. There's a 36S. Ooh, that one's almost uncirculated. That's a nice XF coin there. $45D, 46, 46. I say there's a 46S. It gives you an idea what's in there. So we're going to leave some mystery because Travis says I can't tell you what all the coins are. Because then, well, there's not a mystery. Yeah, the mystery is actually in not only what condition these coins are in, but what varieties might be on them, because I have never searched these. I don't know what's in these. These are old dealer stock. They just come out of a dealer's box, and all I do is take them from the dealer's box, and I toss them in these boxes, and I sell them. There's roughly 75 to 80 coins per box, roughly 75 to 80 coins per box, because that's about how many one of these 10-inch boxes will hold. But there we go. We've got, who's our highest bidder right now? Penny Hoarder at $43. Got Penny Hoarder at $43. 43 now, looking for a bid of 44. How about a bid of 44? Jim, I have no idea. There could be a 36 DDO in here. There could be 1917 DDO. There could be pretty much anything in here. I have no idea what's in this box. when I go through a dealer stock box, I pull the high grade or high value coins out, and then what's left goes in these boxes. So whatever is in here because it wasn't a $5 coin. Anything less than a $5 coin went into the box. So P. Adams comes back with Stephen A. with a $44 bid, and P. Adams with $45. $45 is a high bid right now. P. Adams at $45. $45 now, looking for a bid of $46. $45 looking for a bid of $46 now. Anybody bid of $46? $45 looking for a bid of $46. Got a penny hoarder bid of $46. Got a bid of $46 now, looking for $47. $47. Anybody bid of $47? $47 now. Anybody bid of $47? $46 the bid, looking for a bid of $47. How about a bid of $47? Anybody bid of $47? I'll do something else here. Here's a 1924S. I'll put a 24S here in the back of this. It's a nice 24S. That's at least a $7 coin. 47 Stephen A. It's $47. 47 now, looking for a bid of $48. 48 penny hoarder 48. You found a 36 DDO, Sissy? I think Techstar did too. He found a 36 DDO and some coins I sold to him. That's two 36 DDOs that I know of now. He also found a 1917 DDO. Found a 17 DDO and some stuff I sold to him. I don't search for the stuff. I hope you guys find it. A 52 PD. Oh, yes, you do, actually. Yeah. This is my, that's my plate coin. I pulled this out of a dealer's box a couple of weeks ago. It's 1952 DDO number 1. Who wants to see it? We'll look at it after the whole show is over. We'll take a look at it. I'll set it over there so we can remind myself of it. We've got $49 bid. 49 now 50. Now 50, we've got a $50 bid. Penny hoarder $50 bid, looking for a 55. 55 now, anybody bid of 55. Got a 50 looking for a bid of 55. How about a bid of 55? Anybody bid of 55? No bid of 55. Got a $50 going once, looking for a bid of 55. How about a bid of 55? Anybody bid of 55? Have $50 now going twice, looking for a bid of 55. How about a bid of 55? Anybody bid of 55? Looking for a bid of 55? Last call, looking for a bid of 55. Anybody bid of 55? Sold now at a penny hoarder, $50. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. And we have another one. Another box here. Another box, another mystery. This one is mostly early Lincolns. See, what did I put in here? Yeah, mostly early Lincolns. So we'll go through some of this, and I'll show you what's here in some of this. Let's see, here's a 1928. There's a 1913, 1938D, 1919, 1939, 1930, 1919S. Ooh, that's a nice looking 1919S too. There's a 1909 VDB. There's a 1932D. Nice stuff. Don't have any mint errors right now for sale. I didn't have any for this particular show, but I will have some later. Not today, though. It'll be on another week. Coming up soon. Let's see, here's 27S, 1919, 1927, 1920, 1916, 38, 29D. There's a 37. It says it's XF, but that's an AU coin. 39S, and that's an XF coin. It's a nice one. 27D, that's a nice 27D right there. It says it's fine, but it's at least a very fine coin. A lot of these are undergraded. 19S, a 12D, a 33D. So there's some good stuff in there. This so far is the most valuable box we've seen. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, it's a 57D. 8 18S. There's a 17S, a 34D. Here's a 31D. 31D. Always a nice one to get. Let's see here. We got one that just says 50 cents on the front of it. Looks like it's a 1909. Oh, 1919. Okay. 1937. 1911D. 1911D. There's some good ones in here. 1911D. Let's see, 37, 17, a 1943, 52S, a 37S. You get a whole box of these. 1919. So these are mostly early Lincolns. Most of these are going to fit in the category of pre-1934. Although, I mean, there's some later ones in there, but most of them are pre-1934. Nice coins. And we are up to the point where we have to do $5 increments. Thomas Deck has the highest bid at 65. 65, next bid would be 70. Need a bid of 70 now. 65, looking for a bid of 70. Thomas Deck has the highest bid of 65 now, looking for a bid of 70. For a bid of 70 now, need a bid of 70. Tom Deck is a personal friend, so he should be registered if he's not. He is registered. See, there's Patreus. Patreus at $70. Patreus at $70. $70 now, looking for a bid of 75. 75, anybody bid of 75? Yeah, Thomas Deck actually has sold coins to me in the past. I've known Thomas, man, since he was in the Air Force. I wasn't in the Air Force at that point. I think, when did we meet? It would have been probably around 1998, 99. We've known each other for a little while, a minute or two. Patreus at $70, 70 now, looking for a bid of 75. 75, anybody bid of 75. Tom, after 50, we've got $5 increments. So we're at $70 now, looking for 75. 75, anybody bid of 75, look a bid of 75 now, anybody bid of 75. 75. $70 going once, looking for a bid of 75, anybody bid of 75. Looking for a bid of 75, 75, anybody bid of 75. Got $70 going twice now, looking for a bid of 75. 70 now, looking for 75, 75, anybody bid of 75. Last and final call, looking for a bid of 75, anybody bid of 75. No bid of 75. All right, we're sold at $70. $70 to Patreus Hadrakis. Thank you very much. T-Deck 2003. That would be... Nope, Tom, I already got it sold. Sorry, buddy. Now we got lot number 15. You get another chance. Here's another box. I'm going to take some of this out of the back here. This one is also mostly an early Lincoln box. Mostly earlys. It's a 49, let's see, 34, 33, 19D, 19S. There's a 40S, 19S, 19 Philadelphia. I noticed that there's a few more later coins in this one. There's a 34, 25, 18D, 39D. Let's see. Got some early stuff in here. Malcolm is high right now at $50. $50 is a high bid. There's some cleaned coins in here too. There's some of them that have that icky color. Yeah, that brassy looking color. 55 to Ant right now. 55. 55 look for a $60 bid. 60, anybody bid a 60. Here's a 1913D. 1910. A 13, a 14, a 12. There's a 26. 34, so 1910 again, 1920, 20D. There's a set of 43s. These are reprocessed, but there's a set PDS. 1943s, a 39, 23, 37D. It's a 19S, and a 1920 plain. Malcolm up with a $60 bid now. 60 now, looking for 65. 65, anybody bid a 65. Got a bid of 60, looking for a bid of 65. Anybody bid of 65, look a bid of 65. 90, bid of 65. No 65, no 65. Got $60 going once, looking for a bid of 65. How about a bid of 65? Anybody bid of 65? Kelly Ray at 65. Kelly Ray 65, now looking for a bid of 70. Now looking for a bid of 70. How about a bid of 70? Anybody bid of 70? Looking for a bit of 70. How about a bit of 70? Anybody a bit of 70? Looking for a bit of 70 now? 70. Kelly Ray at 65. Looking for a bit of 70. Just to be this way about it, because I can, because this is my show. I'm going to stick a freebie in here. This freebie is a wheat cent. I know what it is, but you don't. I know what it is, but you don't. 65, 70, 75 now. 75, Kelly Ray, 75, looking for a bit of 80. How about a bit of 80? Anybody a bit of 80? Look a bit of 80. $80. Anybody a bit of $80? Looking for a bit of $80? How about a bit of $80? 80 now. Anybody a bit of 80? I get my eyeballs out to see what this one is. Kelly Ray at 85 now. 85 now. Looking for a bid of 90. Anybody bid of 90? Looking for a $90 bid? 90. Anybody bid of 90? What do we have here that I can throw in there? There's two more coins that'll go in the box. Two more that'll go in the box. Stick in some of my old coin cards. You know, I wish I had some of my old coin cards, but I just don't. I need to work on trying to make a new batch of those. That's what we've got for now. Stephen at $90. 90 now, looking for 95. 95, anybody bid of 95? 95. Yeah, that one's kind of cute. I'll stick it in there too. Let's see. What else do I have up here that I can throw in the magic box? Kelly Ray at an even 100. Well, that's going to get another special coin, but this special coin's got to go undercover. Dun 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 dun. It's a piece of paper, but it has a coin underneath it. You're gonna get that one too, and this one. It's an uncirculated, nice uncirculated coin. Kelly Ray at 115. Now we've got to do $10 increments after 100, so we got Stephen A at 110. Stephen A at 110. Now I need a bit of 120. Need a bid of 120. Anybody bid of 120? Stephen at 135 to secure his bid. Stephen at 135. 135. Now need a bid of 145. 145. Anybody bid of 145? Now we're up to 135. Need a bid of 145. 145. Anybody bid of 145? Did Kelly say 145? She said 146. And backed up a little bit. Kelly Ray now says 145. We have some others that are going to go in there. I'll get those in holders before they go away. 145. How about 155? Anybody going to go 155? 145. Looking for 155. How about a bit of 155? A couple of other ones I'm going to throw in there. I'll move all this stuff over so you can see it all a little bit better. 155, Steven says. 155, looking for a bid of 165. 165, anybody bid of 165? Looking for a bid of 165. How about a bid of 165? This is a cleaning the desk. My mama would be really proud of me. I'm cleaning my desk. Wanda says 175 now. I'm running out of stuff to add. I'm not going to put that in there. That's not one to put in there. But I tell you what I can do. You'll be able to see some of this color. Look at that. I'm going to tell you what the date is on it. Purpley toned coin. There's another one. There's another one. I might fill the box up. That's probably going to fill the box. I've got Kelly Ray now at 210. 210 to Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray 210. Clean under the desk. That might scare everyone. I at least want to have a show, okay? Clean under the desk. Go to my closet. There we go. Kelly Ray at 210. Looking for a bid of 220 now. 220. Anybody bid of 220? 220. Anybody bid of 220? Looking for 220. Kelly Ray 210 going once. Looking for a bid of 220. 220 now. How about a bid of 220? Anybody bid of 220? 210 going twice now. Looking for a bid of 220. 220. Is it going to end at 220? 210. 210 to Kelly Ray. And sold. Sold to Kelly Ray. Sold to Kelly Ray. Okay, now we're going to go through what the rest of this is. Well, this one's just a 1955D, so it's not much of anything. But it's going to go in there anyway, just so you have it. Now, this is two 1909 Lincolns. I believe they're both 1909 plain, no VDB. That would be correct. They are both 1909 plain. And then we're going to do this 1929D with a Woody. 29D Woody. It's going to go in there. And then this little guy right here. 1920S. 1920S. It's in pretty decent shape. 1920S. And then we've got this. This is a BU coin here. It's a beautiful. It's not bent up, not beat up, not butt ugly. It is a brilliant uncirculated coin. This is a 1937 plain. 1937 plain BU coin. And then we have a few others. A few others here. Oh, the one under. Let's go look at the one under next. There's the one under. You get yourself a 1957 proof. 1957 proof Lincoln cent. There's that. While I pour salt in the cut. Okay. And let's see, what are these? This one's a 1929S. Then we have a 1925 plain. Then we have, this one is 1911 plain. This one is 1935D. Nothing special, just nice coins. And then a 1923 plain. And then just for the color lover in you, here's a 1972D that has some really nice color. I don't know if you can really see the colors on this. Very nice color. Here is a 1974 plain with, again, nice, really beautiful roll colors on it. I think these are album toned. I don't think they're roll toned. They don't look like roll toned. This one actually looks like an MS-70 toner. This is 1972 plain. Beautiful color that this one came out with. Now, the reason I left this one coin right here for last, well, folks, this is a circulated example of 1909 VDB DDO number 2. This is a double die obverse. Double die obverse number 2. It has the really fat, here, hang on a second, let's Let's plop this under the scope real quick. This is a special lot. You guys forced it on me. Tell you what. Let's see here. Bring up my microscope here real quick, and we will do that. And we will do that. Nope, we will do that. There we go. And we will bring this around where you can actually see the date. This is a circulated example of 1909 VDB DDO number 2. The 0 is fat, the second 9 is fat. And if you go over here, you'll see that the BER of Liberty looks fatter than it should. It's got a little bit of a issue here on the rim, but it is the 1909 VDB DDO number 2. And here on the reverse side is the VDB. You can see it down there at the bottom. And it's a pretty decent coin. This one has the deep cut N. So there we go. That is the box. That is the box. I don't even know I'm going to get all this fit in here. I just take these and set them on top of the box for now, and then I'll get them in their own holders later. And what am I doing here? There we go. And we need this, and we need... No, this one. There we go. Next box, and before I can even start, there's people bidding. Here we go. This is the last and final box for the evening. This is box number 5. Box number 5 starts off with all the coins backwards in the box. They were all minted backwards. There's a nice little holder. I don't know what's in it. I can't even tell what that is. I'd have to have glasses on. 1942. Not really sure why there's a 42 in a nice hard plastic holder, but you get the plastic holder. There's 1925S. What else do we have here? There's a 53D, a 53. There's a 1968. Oh, here's one. This one's kind of cool. This one says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's a 1972 S Lincoln from the Ottens and Baxter Basin, which is probably a, I don't know, maybe an attorney. But it's got really nice print on it. I'm sorry everything's upside down with this camera. It's just the way it is right now. Just have to live with it. 29S, a 25. There's a 1912, 1957, 1957. There's a 1921. This is a wide mix all the way across the gambit. Here's a 29S. That's a pretty 29S right there. It's in good shape. Let's see. There's a few. Here's a 1960D small date. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. 1914, 29S has a lamination on it. 57D filled B, a 1951D buy. 1943S faded 4, which is common actually. 1951D laminated, it says. 1910 cracked. 1968 rotated reverse. 1969 rotated reverse. 1936 unk. Let's just see how unk that is. Well, it is. It's unk. But it has some color issues. There's some 55S. There's a few of them in there. Here's a 1909 plain VDB. Oh. This one's actually uncirculated, it appears. Got a little powdery stuff on it, but I think it's uncirculated. No, it's a nice AU. It's an AU. It has some plier marks on it, on the rim. Not good. 1960, 1927, 1958, 1929. 29S, 35D, and 1916. What else do we have in here? Some 1943. There's a few 1943s in here. Oh, that says 1965S. No, that's a 68S. There was no 65S. 1919S, 1934, 1928, 1960 small date. Was that actually a 60 small date? 60 plain small date? No way. Is that what that is? It is. You get a 1960 plain small date in here. Let's see. Some other pretties. Who knows what all's in here? Here's a 1917, 1934D. 1917, I'm thinking right now could be the DDO. 1934D, you've got DDO, you've got a DDR, you've got a number of RPMs. 1934D. There's a 1974S. Not sure why that's there. It's a 1910, 1939S, 1938, 1920S, 1914, 1934. Oh, what's this? And here on the end. Oh, it says 1909 Philadelphia. That's an old holder right there. It's really old. It says $4 on it. Huh. That's interestingly odd. Chad Frank's in now with an $80 bid. 80 now looking for 90. 80 now looking for 90. Need a $10 increment at this, or a $5 increment, sorry, looking for 85. Sorry, 85. $85. 85. Anybody bid of 85? 85, 85. Got myself a little bit ahead of myself. 80 now looking for 85. 85. Carl with an 85 bid. This is what the box is. You guys have seen it. 85 now the bid. 85 now the bid. Looking for a bid of 90. 90. Anybody bid of 90? Looking for a bid of 90. How about a bid of 90? Anybody bid of 90? Look a bid of 90. 90. Bid of 90. No bid of 90. 85. 85 now. Chad Franks. No, Chad Franks is not registered. Chad, you're not registered, are you? Have you ever sent us your email address? We're going to have to go with the bids as they stand until Chad can get registered. Chad, it's Coppercoins Payments at gmail.com. Coppercoins Payments at gmail.com. And what you need is your YouTube username, your real name, and your PayPal email address, with the email address that you use for PayPal payments. We need that before we can accept bids. It's been a while since you've registered, but you are registered. Oh, we're going to have to take a quick look to see. There is an inactive sheet. It's behind the active sheet. You can look there. Check that. Let's see. Chad Franks is not on the main sheet. The inactive sheet. No. Not on there, Chad. Unless you have changed names. I don't recognize you. Sorry. Okay, you will send Coppercoinspayments at gmail.com. We're going to have to go ahead and continue with the auction. Carl now at 110. Carl at 110. $110 the bid. 110 the bid, looking for a bid of 120. Now 120, anybody bid of 120? 120, how about a bid of 120? Anybody bid of 120? 110, looking for a bid of 120. How about a bid of 120? Anybody bid of 120? 110 going once, looking for a bid of 120. How about a bid of 120? Anybody bid of 120? Look a bid of 129. A bid of 120. 110 twice, looking for a bid of 120. How about a bid of 120? Anybody bid of 120? Look a bid of 129. A bid of 120. Crispy comes in with a 120. There's Crispy. How you doing, buddy? Crispy with a 120. 120 now 130. 130. Anybody bid of 130? Looking for a bid of 130. How about a bid of 130? Anybody bid of 130? 120 now, looking for a bid of 130. How about a bid of 130? Anybody bid of 130? And Carl in at 130. Carl in at 130. Now 140. 140. Anybody bid of 140? Looking for 140 bid. Anybody bid of 140? Look a bid of 140 now. A bid of 140. I grabbed another box. 140 now. 140, looking for a bid of 150. How about a bid of 150? Anybody bid of 150? Let's see what I can put in here to add to the flavor. of this box. Here's a 55D buy cent. Here's one that shows as an RPM. 1955D RPM. Let's see. It's a 19. Let's see. What is this? Is a 1998 wide AM. Yep, it is. 1998 wide AM. Gonna go in there. What's this little guy? How about that? It's 1944S. 1944S. It has a really small clip down below the date. So it's a curved clip error. That'll get us a little bit further along. What's this guy? Looks like it could be a 1960D small date RPM. It's a 1999D with what's called a spiked chin. There's a die crack coming straight out of the chin. That's interesting. And remember, we got $10 increments after we hit 100. So crispy at 170 is our high bid. We need 180 to go above crispy. 170 now, 180. Looking for 180 bid. What's this? 1944S. Machine doubling. It's a 1950D. It says it's an RPM. Let's see what it is. Oh, it is an RPM. It's a nice one, too. What is this? Nice 51D there. There's a 52D. I have to keep this one. Sorry. I have to keep that. I know whose handwriting that is. This is handwriting from the great Frank Bauman. Frank Bauman's been gone for, oof, man, he's been gone for 10, 15 years now. Good friend of mine. Died of a stroke. $1953D there. There's a 54S with a break inside the 9. Carl's got a 190 bid on this now. It's another 54S with a buy and die break in the 9. That's all I can put in there, folks. That's all I'm going to be able to fit in this box. Can't get no more. Gosh, I don't even know we're going to get all this in there. It's going to be really mighty tight. Yeah, that's going to take colossal effort to even get those out of there. I got crispy at 200, crispy at $200. Now looking for a bid of 210, 210. Anybody bid of 210? Looking for a bid of 210. Anybody bid of 210? Carl at 210. Carl at 210 now 220. 220. Anybody bid of 220? Looking for 220 now. 220. Anybody bid of 220? Got you registered, Chad. Chad Franks is now a registered user. Thank you very much, Chad. Chad Franks tries to bid 220. Crispy Muffo's already got the 220. 220 now looking for 230. 230, 230. Anybody bid at 230? Going once at 220, now looking for 230, 230. Anybody bid at 230? Just getting Chad's information in there. Chad now 230. Where did I put it? There it is. $230 now, looking for 240. 230 now, looking for 240. 240. Anybody bid at 240? Chad Franks at 230, looking for a bid at 240. 240. Anybody bid at 240? Chad Franks at 230, going once, looking for a bid at 240. 240 now. Anybody bid at 240? Got Chad in there for a bid of 230, going twice, looking for a bid of 240. Last and final call, looking for a bid of 240, 240. Anybody bid of 240? Looking for a bid of 240. How about a bid of 240? 240 now. Anybody bid of 240? Crispy at 240. There's Crispy, 240, 240. Now 250. 240 now, 250. Anybody bid of 250? 250. Anybody bid of 250? 240 now, looking for a bid of 250. 250. Anybody bid of 250? 250 now. Look for a bid of 250. Anybody bid of 250? 240 going once. Looking for a bid of 250. 250. Anybody bid of 250? 240 going twice now. Looking for a bid of 250. 250. Anybody bid of 250? Looking for a bid of 250. Anybody bid of 250? Last and final call at 240. 240 now. Looking for a bid of 250. 250. Anybody bid of 250? And we're sold to Crispy Mofo at 240. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. We're going to be throwing some more extras in that box. Have to have a plus extras in there for you. Next up, I have a picture I wanted to show. I'll get a chance to put it up here so that I could show it. So I'm just going to bring up my Facebook page, and I'm going to show you on the... Hey, quit. Stop that. Oh, let's do this. I don't know what was going on there. My camera was doing boogie nights. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to show you this. This isn't necessarily going to mean that this is what you're going to end up with, but I just posted this on Facebook a couple of hours ago, and this came while I was looking for the beginning of this auction. And let's see, let me get it up here first. My page is operating very quietly and slowly here. There we go. And I'm going to bring up this image. Check this out. Nope, I can't. No, stop it. Ugh, I hate it when that happens. Let's see. I wish I knew a little bit more about what I'm doing. Here we go. There. Let's just do it this way. There. That is a picture of the end roll toner of another roll that came in the same box as these. Now, I've got these 1960. This is 1962 Philadelphia. 1962 Philadelphia. They're original bank wrapped rolls. They're from the Philadelphia National Bank. I have a few of them, but we're going to go ahead and do a bid on them to see where the market goes, because I want to see where the market is on these before I decide what price to sell them at. Now, this particular roll is a sample out of the lot. I'm not looking at the coins in the rest of the rolls. I just happened to see this when I pulled it out, because this is an example of kind of the sort of thing that you could possibly receive. And I've got this box. It's a box full. Let's show this. So I got this box of these rolls. And these are all 1962 Philadelphia. And we are going to sell them tonight. Okay, I can see where the market's going on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the market in half. I'm going to cut the market in half. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bin. Now I've got this many rolls. I don't know how many this many is, but I'll count them, because I'm not selling any more than this for right now. I may have others later, but for right now, this is what I've got for sale. So what do we have here? There's 510. There's 20. 23 rolls. 23 is all I've got to sell. 23 is all I have to sell. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the very beginning of after I give you a go. It's going to be just like the reveals. I'm going to go ahead and give you a go. I'm going to count down, and then we're going to start this. So don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet, folks. You guys are all over it. Don't get all too excited. We're going to do it just like this. We're going to do a bin of $10. We're going to have a max of 5 rolls. Because I've only got a total of 23. Did I say 23 or 24? I don't know. I'll find a couple of extras if I have to. And then I'm going to give you a countdown. After I finish the countdown, you guys can go ahead and start doing your bins. I want a bin plus a quantity, even if it's only one. So you say bin 1 if you want 1. You say bin 5 or bin max if you want 5. Works just like our beautiful arrangement that we have with one another over the reveals. And Chad, you haven't seen a reveal yet, but you need to. You need to go back and watch a reveal on our channel. So I'm going to go do a countdown for you, and then I'm going to get you started. I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We can't start until after this mark shows. Now give me your bins. Not paying any attention to anything before this. Now Crispy Mofo for 2, Malcolm for 1, Dennis Paulson for 3. We've got James Worley for 1, Deanne for 3, Travis McPherson for 2. We've got Penny Hoarder for 2. DRS wants 2. Change Matters wants 5. That may be as far as we can go. We'll have to see. What quantity do I have? Got 24 in there right now, so we'll sell up to 24 of them. I'm not looking at the ends of any of these. These are just they're punch sealed on one end, and then on the other end there's coins, and that's all I'm doing. So we got where have we gotten to? Dennis got 3, and then James Worley got 1. Deanne gets 3. Travis McPherson for 2. Penny Hoarder gets 2. And then DRS gets 2. And then Change Matters we'll get 5. And then after that, we've got Frank P gets 1, Stephen A gets 1. Then we've got Will Live for 1. And then Ant2242 for 1. And that is as far as I can go right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add another 10. And if I can get them, you'll get them. If I can't, then I will let you know that we couldn't get them to fit because I didn't have enough rolls. And they will not be charged to you. But we're going to go for another 10. Chad Franks for 5. Then we've got Chuck Patillo. Chuck Patillo for 1. P. Adams for 1. Okay, P. Adams for 1 goes next. And then Wanda for 2. And that's going to be all we're going to be able to do. Let me see if I can get Wanda in there for 2. We'll try to get Wanda in for 2. I just can't do any more right now because I don't know what I have available. I have to find out a little bit more. I just got these in, so it's not something I've had a chance to count these out yet. So that's what we're going to do for now. My apologies to the people I couldn't get in this time around. Mark Thomas, where did you show in the feed? Probably before I said go. Let's see. Nope, Mark Thomas shows right below Farm Dog. And Farm Dog didn't get in. Mark Thomas, Wanda Williams was the last one to get in. Then Lucy, with a bin of 5, did not make it. And then Farm Dog with a bin of 1 did not make it. And then you with a bin of 3 did not make it. Between Far Midget and Carl. Yes, that's what Wanda says. Between Far Midget and Carl. I'm only reading what she says. Say there's Sissy, there's B-Wise, Lucy, Carl. I didn't get any of you guys in here because I just don't know that I have enough rolls. But these are all the same bank, the same rolls, same source. And I'll see if I can find more of them. But my next go-to is this right here. Why is that camera doing that? Tends to disagree with me. Now these rolls, 1967 rolls, I featured these on Sunday, and I'm still at the same place with it. These are kind of mixed as far as condition is concerned. They're not all beautiful, pretty rolls. There are some brownish coins and some very brown coins in here. That's not what I meant to have up there. There we go. This is one coin from the end of one roll. You can see that it is uncirculated, but it has some spotting issues. And so what we're going to do with these is I'm going to bin these. There's no sale, or there's no bidding on these. They're different wrappers, but these are all 1967 rolls. You can go back to this. They're different wrappers, but they're all 1967 rolls. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bin on these, and I don't have very many of them, but we're going to do a bin on these of $2.50 per roll. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. We're going to do a max of 2 or 3 rolls per person. Oh, Wanda, you're going to give me 2 pink ones. Aren't they all pink? Wanda gets 2. Travis gets 1. Travis McPherson. And then Stephen A. for 2. Sissy gets 2. Mark Thomas for 3. Mark Thomas wants 3. And then Chad Franks for 2. And then Carl will get 3. Xylene won't necessarily brighten them up. What Xylene does is Xylene takes the crud off the dust and leftover grime off of fully red BU coins. It doesn't do anything to change brown to red. It will keep them brown, but it will at least take the gunk off of them. I do have a few more if anybody else wants any of them. Got Carl at 3 now. So I've got Wanda at 2, Travis for 1. I've got Stephen A. for 2, Sissy for 2, Mark Thomas for 3, Chad Franks for 2, Carl for 3, and I have a total of 3 rolls remaining if anybody wants them at $2.50 each. This isn't all I have. Does anybody else want any? Oh, Chad Frank says he'll take them. Okay, he's already got 2. Does anybody else want any of them before I offer the remainder to Chad Franks? I gotta mess the sheet up for a minute. I forgot a lot. Hang on just a second, folks. I forgot one of my lots. Okay, Will Live. Wanda, did you want... They're 1967, Kelly Ray. Working on some paperwork here. Hang on just a minute. Forgot to count those stupid things. This is what happens when you get in a hurry. Okay, I know I've got at least 50 of them, so... Hang on just a minute, I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay. Wanda, did you want... The wrapper looks too fancy for Kelly. Kelly, I tell you what. You buy them and I'll give you the fanciest wrappers I've got. How's that sound? 3 of them at $2.50 a piece. Of course, I got something else, though. I've got other things, so we can just skip on those. That's fine. We'll just skip on those. I'll take those lines out. I know, I don't know what's wrong with this camera. Good gosh, stop it. I don't know what is going on. Don't look at it for a minute. Now, how about this? Give it something to focus on, maybe. Yeah, there we go. It's not doing anything for now. If it starts again, we're just going to do a different camera or something. We've got 1969D. Now, I'm not going to start these. They're not going to go for bid. They're actually going to be a bin. And I've got plenty of them. So you can just tell me how many of these you'd like to bin at $2.50 a roll. These are 1969D. All of them are uncirculated. Some of them have some brown, have some fingerprinting. Some of them are full BU rolls. I'm not checking inside these. I've checked in a couple of them, but these are 1969D rolls. They're all 1969D. They're 69D through and throughout, all 50 coins. And you could just tell me how many of them you want at $2.50, and we'll throw you on the list. $2.50 for 1969D. Okay, Wanda takes 2. Penny Hoarder takes 2 at $2.50 a roll. Sissy takes 3. Carl takes 6. After that, Mark Thomas takes 3, and then Malcolm takes 1. And then Stephen A. for 2. And then, let's see, Crispy Mofo for 5. And then we've got B. Wise for 4. And then James Worley wants 2. Actually, I have to create a couple of other lines here. Hang on just a second. I'll take care of it. Got it right there. Okay. There we go. All right, got James Worley for 2. Anybody else on these 1969Ds? 1969D at $2.50 a roll. We've got Wanda for 2, Penny Hoarder for 2, Sissy for 3. Then we've got Carl for 6, Mark Thomas for 3, Malcolm for 1, Stephen A for 1. For 2. Crispy Mofo gets 5, B-Wise gets 4, and James Worley for 2. Now, take these exact same rolls right here. They're the same type of wrappers and everything. I didn't bring any of them out because there was really no point, but they're 1970D. 1970D. And these are going to be $2 per roll. $2 even per roll. You just tell me how many you want with a bin. They're $2 per roll. For 1970D. Same thing as these, only 1970D instead of 1969D. Stephen A. will take 2. Mark Thomas will take 3. Malcolm will take 1. Penny Hoarder for 2. Then Wanda takes 2. Sissy takes 2. And Carl wants 10. After Carl, Ant wants 4. Ant2242 wants 4. Hang on a second. Let me put these in here. There we go. Ant wants 4. John Brandon Bow. Hello, John. Gets 2. Chad Franks takes 1. Then Crispy Mofo for 5. Then James Worley wants 3. After that, Kelly Ray for 2. Is that going to be all for the night on that one? The 70S is the one that has a large and small date. Coins and Ghouls wants 3 of each. So I'll go ahead and put his 69Ds in there. And good evening, sir. See, Chad Franks only wanted 1. Crispy Mofo for 5. There we go. Crispy Mofo for 5. And then James Worley for 3. Kelly Ray for 2. Coins and Ghouls gets 3 of each. And yeah, the small date is more difficult to find in rolls than it is in mint sets. That is a known. That is a given. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off here. And I have 3 additional rolls, one at a time. This is a full roll of... Oh, wrong one. This is a full roll of teens. These are teens cents. Some of them are in better shape than others, but it is a full roll of teens. I've looked. There are a few mint marks in here, mostly Philadelphia mint coins. Just south of Kansas City, Kelly Ray. So, roll of teens, we're going to go ahead and start this at $7. Start the roll of teens at $7. $7 bid. Anybody bid is $7. I'll go ahead and put this under here to show it to you. Okay, Will Live says 15. 15 straight off, $15 bid. And let's see. There's some of the others in here. These are not all the best coins, but there's a 1918. Let's see. 1919. I wouldn't put a whole lot of clout in these being very nice coins. I bought this as just a roll as a sample from a dealer and what they sell. And I wasn't highly impressed. So Malcolm comes back with a $20. $20 is less than 50 cents a coin. Still yet. 1919. There's a 1912. 1915. That's a 15D, I think. Yeah. That's a 1915D. Or is that an 18? I think it's an 18D. Hard to read. There's a 1910. So you guys have some idea of what's in here. Hey, Rockzilla. Okay, Chad Franks pulls in a $40 bid. $40 bid now. $40 bid now, looking for 41. 41, anybody bid a 41? Any bid a 41? Looking for a bid of 41 now, anybody bid a 41? Full roll, at least 50 coins from the teens. There may even be a couple of 1909s in this, who knows? Let's see. We'll flip this part of the roll over. We'll take a look at the coin that is on the bottom of my stack. Put it on the top of the roll. Put it back in here. It's a 1919 plain. Going twice to Shad Franks at $40. $40 now, looking for a bid of 41. Anybody bid a 41? Look a bid of 41 now. Anybody bid a 41? $40 going twice. Wanda Williams bids 45. Wanda at 45. 45 now, looking for a bid of 46. 46. Anybody bid a 46? 46 now. 46. Anybody bid a 46? Looking for a bid of 46 now. Anybody bid a 46? 46. Any bid of 46 now? Anybody bid a 46? No bid of 46. 45. Going once. Looking for a bid of 46. Anybody bid a 46? Looking for a bid of 46. How about a bid of 46? Anybody bid a 46? 45 going twice. Looking for a bid of 46. How about a bid of 46? Anybody bid a 46? Anybody bid a 46? How about if I add this to it? 1920 to 1929. Plus a mystery surprise roll. Mystery surprise roll. The mystery surprise roll goes with this. It's going to be a 3-roll lot now. $45 to Wanda. 45 to Wanda, looking for a bid of 46. For a bid of 46 now. Malcolm at 46. 46 now. 47. 47. Anybody bid of 47? Looking for 47 now. Chad Franks at 50. Chad Franks at 50. Wanda tries 50. Needs a bid of 55. 55 now. $5 increments. 55. Anybody bid of 55? Wanda at 55. After Malcolm bids 55. Got Malcolm at 55. Chad Franks at 60 now. Chad Franks at 60. $60 now, $65. Looking for a $65 bid. Chad Franks has $60. Looking for a 65. 65. Anybody bid a 65? Wanda at 65. 65 now, 70. 70, 70. Looking for a bid of 70 now. Anybody bid a 70? 70, no bid of 70. Got 65, looking for a bid of 70. Anybody bid of 70? Got 65 going once, looking for a bid of 70. Anybody bid of 70, looking for a bid of 79? Anybody bid of 70? Got 65 now going twice, looking for a bid of 70. Looking for a bid of 79. Anybody bid of 70? Last and final call, looking for a bid of 70. Anybody bid of 70? And sold Wanda 65. Sorry, Chad. You got to be quick when you're bidding here. Got to get past the curve. We got Wanda at 65 on this. And her second roll is this 1920 to 1929 roll. And there's actually some pretty decent coins in there. So this is 1920 to 1929. So you got a roll of teens and a roll of 20s. Your third roll that you didn't know what it was, it's a 60D small date. It's a partial circulated roll. There could be some nice ones in there. Who knows? Because I don't. Never looked. Congratulations, Wanda. Much appreciated. Now, this one's going to be a total mystery to all of us because I've no idea. We've got to go to the crappy camera for a minute, the one that can't focus. Let's see if I can take the focus auto off of this. Let's see. Camera 1. Configure video. And camera control focus is on manual. Apply. Okay. And okay. That will take care of that problem. This camera is no longer focusing. Now, this right here. These are Batdorf rolls. A Batdorf roll is signified by the fact that it is crimp sealed at one end, crimp sealed at the other end, and the paper is very tightly wrapped around the coins. And see this cut right here on the paper? It's a V shape. It's a V shape on all Batdorf rolls. So this is a Batdorf roll. Batdorf was so named after the person who invented the machine that makes rolls like this. They are less common in these older pinkish red paper than they are for most other dates. These particular coins, most of them appear brown on the ends, but most of them are uncirculated on the ends. They're just an unk brown. I don't know what's in the middle of these. I do know that some of these have been taped shut. They are different dates, different mints. Some of them are partially open. But we're going to do bids on these. I'm going to start these off at $1. We got Sissy up to $5, Ant to $7. We're going to be doing one per person. One per person. $9 to Sissy. $9 to Sissy. Now looking for a bid of 10. Anybody bid of 10? Look a bid of 10 now. Anybody bid of 10? These are going to run anywhere from roughly 1965 up through roughly 1972 or 73. So that's what most of these are going to be. This one's actually not a Batdorf. This is a 69D. I'll throw it in the bunch. Nah, it's not fair. I'll take it out. It's not a Batdorf. All these are Batdorfs. All these are Batdorfs. They're all the same kind of wrapper. They all say Armored Express Corporation of Chicago. I don't know if these are mixed date rolls or if they're solid date rolls, and the person who had them just assumed they were mixed date or solid date. I'm not really sure. All I know is I got this box of rolls, and I'm wanting to get it all out there so you guys can see if there's any goodies in it. Front struck normal and the reverse blank. No, never found that. In fact, I'm not sure it's even possible. So we've got the bidding up to Sissy at $13, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the bidding there. The reason I'm going to stop the bidding there is because I have a number of these, and I can offer them to you guys at a discount price from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bin these at $4 each. Great price, eh? $4. And we're going to start the bin now, and you can bin as many as you like at $4 a piece. Whoever wants to bin these at $4 a piece can do it now. Bin at $4 a piece. I got about a box of them to sell. I'm not going to particular means to separate these by date or mint or whether they've been taped or whether they've not been taped. All I can tell you is that these are Batdorf rolls and that these are all Batdorf rolls. Some of them are still sealed, and I don't see anything red on the ends of these rolls. Hello, David. You can register by sending us an email, coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. And what you're going to want to do is send us your real name, which is probably your username, your YouTube username, which is probably the same as your real name, and then the email address that you're going to use for PayPal payments, because that's the payment type we take right now is PayPal, and we have to send you a bill for it. Yes. Can you bin 7 more? Yes, you can bin 7 more. So Sissy took what? Sissy took 3. Where have we gotten to so far? Stephen took 1. Ant took 2. Kelly Ray for 2. Sissy for 3. Will Live for 1. Penny Hoarder wants 1. Change Matters took 10. And then let's see. Mark Thomas for 2. Farm Dog for 1. Then we've got Coins and Ghouls for 2. And then we've got Chad Franks for 2. And then we've got Carl. Carl gets 8 total. Sissy wants 7 more, so I'll take care of that. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. That's 7 more. There we go. Crispy Mofo wants 5. Let's see. Penny Hoarder will take 1 more. And hey, Stephen Dallas. And Rockzilla wants 2. Rockzilla will get his 2. I think that's all I should probably sell for right now. So I think we'll do that. Leave it at that. And I'll have to let you guys know. Chad Franks wants a total of 5. Got 2 in there, needs 3 more. Okay, I'll get you 3 more of them. Got you in there for a total of 5, Chad. Now, I need to let you guys know that we have an issue coming up tomorrow that I was not necessarily aware of until recently, but my wife is having surgery on her pinky finger tomorrow. She broke her pinky finger while heading down the stairs last week, and she's been in a splint for a whole week. Rockzilla, tell me how many you want of each, and I'll just write it down here and get them to you. The 69 and 70 Ds. Just tell me how many you want of them, Rockzilla, and I'll let you in on those. And she's going to have surgery to put a pin in her finger tomorrow. And she's going to have a pin in her left pinky finger for a while. And I'm going to take her to the hospital, be there for the surgery, and bring her back home and take care of her tomorrow, which means that tomorrow I probably won't be shipping anything. I'm going to work on the shipping on... Okay, got you, Rockzilla. Got you in there. So I'm going to be taking care of that tomorrow. I'll go ahead and take care of the invoices this evening if I can. And I'll finish up the invoices tonight. I will be offline all day tomorrow. And then Thursday I'll start shipping. And I'll be shipping Sunday's auction. Any previous auctions prior to Sunday that I have not finished shipping, I will get those out too. And then I'll get tonight's coins out on Thursday. And just hope everything goes well with the surgery on, what's it, tomorrow? We have to be at the hospital at 8:30 in the morning. So that means we have to leave here by 7 to get there at 8:30 because it's an hour and a half away. And get that taken care of. Hey, John. Now, I certainly hope it all goes well, too. Man, she's suffered enough. She's been in a lot of pain over the last week with her hand. Her pinky, you should see the pictures. It's horrible. Somebody, she took a picture of the pinky and sent me a picture of it, and it was icky. It was bent almost all the way back. It was snapped like a pencil, basically. And so they're going to put pins and a screw or something in it, whatever they do. They're going to do that and immobilize it, and it's not going to feel good for a while, but she'll heal, and eventually it'll get better. But that's what we're going through right now, and that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And we will be combining shipping. Yes, Carl, I'll be combining shipping from all of Sunday's items. I've got everybody written down who is paid for Sunday, and when I send out the invoices, I will not be including shipping for those people. Yeah, Ron, this is the last item. I don't even know how much of what I've got left in the earlier stuff I can actually sell, so I'm gonna have to just say that the auction is over. I can't really do much for it right now. Eric, you can go ahead and stop entering emails on the list. I've got a different way of doing it that will make it a lot easier. So you can go ahead and stop. There's no point in going through all that. But I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Donna. Thank you very much. I certainly want it to go away. It's a helpless feeling, knowing that your spouse is in pain and you can't really do anything about it. But I do what I can for her. I mean, I feed her ice cream. So, I mean, what else can you do? The dog licks her foot. I feed her ice cream. So, we do what we can to make her better. Yes, Joe, man, I can do that. I can hold that one coin. Yeah, that's true. Steve just told you that a blank reverse is generally going to be post-mint damage. You can't mint one side of a coin. You have to mint both sides. Generally, when you've got a blank side on a coin, it's going to be something that was ground off. Another coin instruction? I can do a coin instruction. Let's save that for when I get back into doing the reveals. Get more people to come to the reveals just to watch what I talk about. Because, well, yes, I'm not feeding myself ice cream. Actually, my blood sugar right before dinner, my blood sugar was down to 65. So, there you go. But we will get back into more instructional video at some point later on. Right now, I have to go and tend to things and get to bed because I am going to have to get up in the morning and drive over an hour and a half to get to a hospital to sit there and wait for her to come out of surgery. So I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you on the flip side. I'll send out a message, let everybody know what we're doing as soon as I can get things back into gear, you know. All right, I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.